Hello, Dr. Kaufman and Dr. Carlson. Today, for my reflection, I'm using iMovie to record my reflection of our class of doctoral internship, our final class of the last 2 years. Once again, looking back at this experience, it's been a great experience. This class has been really helpful. It's helped me get back on track and get set my goals out and become focused on reaching towards my goal of getting a dissertation complete. So at the very beginning, I set my learning goals, and maybe my learning goals were really big for what I had my eyes set on. I had goals to complete chapter one and hopefully be really writing the ground, digging, and working on chapter two. But what I've been doing is just doing a lot of revising on my perspectives and just jumping right into chapter one and just going into it. Still some revisions that have to be made in that section as well. And you know, it's got me going, and once again, I'm still working on it, and hopefully, be awesome once again to by the end of August to be continue working with my advisor and getting some stuff done, and hopefully be complete with the perspectives and have a really good chapter one complete, and really looking forward to moving to chapter two. So if I had to grade myself on my learning goals, scale 1 to 5, I would say a 3. Like I said, I got some ideas going. I'm better than I was when I first started off, to where I'm at today. Before this semester, it was like it was just kind of stuck, but definitely I moved forward. The work that I've done, the appropriate learning strategies that I decided to select on, I felt was good. I changed throughout the course. Like looking back at it, I one thing I did change was working on my portfolio and adding more pieces to it, which I felt is going to be very beneficial. That it's better that I start getting on that early and not wait till the very end. So that was really important of being able to do that. Out really setting an outline of my goals have been really helpful, in choosing that and choosing those goals to make sure it was outlined. I think that's probably been one of the biggest helps of this class is being able to outline the goals. Also, as I look at going through this process of becoming a researcher, I would say this book here by Creswell has been the biggest help in that process of becoming a researcher. This book really something that I still go back to as I'm writing and I'm looking at what methodology I'm going to use. Before that course, I wasn't sure what the difference between qualitative and quantitative was just numbers. And that's all I knew. So quantitative was numbers. But as I'm going forward working on my project and my research project and dissertation, which is on the effects that a boys program has on black males in a diverse setting, is it something that can help a close achievement gap? I really felt, and I chose to do a qualitative experiment because I felt like it'd be more powerful to tell a story than just have numbers. Now, numbers can tell a story, but to actually be able to have the words and the story come from individuals, I thought would be really powerful and make everything complete. So that's why I decided to go the qualitative route, and Creswell has been a very big help to me in that book. So when I look at the final work of this semester of completing the final work, feel good, but it always could be better. I feel always could be better. I think that's always the biggest challenge is, holding yourself accountable. Even when life gets a little hectic, life gets a little crazy, but just staying focused on accomplishing my goals. So, I feel like the biggest thing that I feel good about was reaching out to my advisor, and making those connections, making that connection, and continuing to work. Now it's just once again staying consistent that the class is over. But another book that was really helpful too, as I think about the time of the course too, just as being a researcher too, was the book Critical Race Theory. I do not want to leave this book out. The book was very helpful. When I think about some of the information that was in here that I used, and also have done some presentations from this book, which had me dig more into my research and about the topics around race and how that also plays into my dissertation. So when I look at myself as a researcher today, I look at and how it affects me in my career. It's something that I can't make decisions without having something research based. When there's comes a time to right now where my new position as principal and I'm making some decisions on things, I always like to know what is my data saying. I gotta research the data. I gotta go back and see if I want to have, reading at this time of the day. Then why am I making that change? I need to know why. Or if teachers want to start a new initiative, one of my biggest things that I say, well, if we're going to try this, let's try it out and see what kind of data we collect from this, to see what type of effects it has. That's something that has, just going through this course and looking at research and understanding it, is one of the things that have really changed how I make decisions and how I lead. Another important thing too is doing a survey. So I will also be working on a survey where I'm at in my building, gathering information on the culture of the building, and having parts in there about the importance of a survey and how a survey should look is something that I will take with me as I create the survey out and give it to my staff to gather some information. So research, I just realized, is just all around. It's all around us, and so that's why I feel like today as a researcher, I feel like I'm still growing as a researcher. But once again, from where I started at to where I'm at now, I've grown, but there's still a lot more to grow. I still have to, once again, be much better and continue to get better at where to find research for my topic, and making sure I'm sticking with credible information. And then also, the big task is me doing the research too, coming up. So still a little nervous about that, about creating my research project and going out and collecting the information, then also coding it and writing about it. So that's the biggest mountain that I have to overcome. But overall, this was an excellent course. I enjoyed it. Be nice if it was more kind of broken up along the way, to just kind of keep myself focused and what I can do. And like I said, creating that outline is the best thing, because now I still look at the outline and think about where I want to go and putting a timeline on things. So it's been a great opportunity and experience to be a part of this class and this opportunity. And I look forward to continue to research and grow and stay connected and follow the plan. Thank you, Dr. Kaufman and Dr. Carlson, for this opportunity. Thank you.